morning and welcome to the channel. I got my America glasses on today because it is Dyno Day. And I mean, quite honestly, what is more American than a lifted camouflage Duramax towing a camouflaged straight piped Corvette? Not too many things. See, it is a gorgeous day. The roads are still terrible from what I hear, from what Andy tells me. But I got the trailer hooked up and we are going to go. Still can't believe this shit. Like, this is just unreal. The luck that I have trying to get everything done for this weekend. And I mean, look what I'm dealing with. Look what I'm dealing with. Yeah, she didn't like that. Here we go. Gotta tell you though, the unsung hero of the day is definitely the Duramax. If I didn't look back and see a trailer and a car behind me, I would not know it's there. This thing pulls it like it's fucking nothing. You did real good, Duramax. You did real good. Temps are still extremely low, so it's a good day for towing. Although I don't know what the tow rating is on an 05 Duramax. I know the new ones are like fucking 25,000 pounds. I'm sure this one's at least 20. You know, a 2,000 pound trailer. 3,500 pound car, it's not a lot. Well, good morning, Andy and Keith. Afternoon, it's fucking 9:40. Yeah, it's not looking good, dude. It's not looking good. There's a lot of slush. You have no idea how bad the roads are where I live. They're so bad. Don't let Andy fuck off, dude. Honestly, go dude.
I want to.
Honestly.
I fucking want to.
It's a mess.
Have a closed trailer.
I don't.
You need to buy one.
I don't even have a trailer at all. I borrowed this from Steve. Although I gotta tell you, after towing, I kind of like it. I like towing. It's fun.
With no trailer brakes.
It's fun. You look like one of those guys. You look like one of those guys when you're driving with a trailer. You feel like, yeah, you feel like you know what you're doing.
Really?
Like you feel like one of them truck guys.
Really?
Like you really know what you're doing when you're hauling a trailer.
I mean, for your first time trailering something in weather, not too bad.
Oh, I can tow in anything. You can
pretty much tow in anything at this point.
I can tow in anything after this bullshit.
You're good to go now, boss.
With my Harbor Freight drop hitch that I bought. Rated for 5,000 pounds, we're over that.
We're well over that, dude. Holy fuck.
I did it, and it didn't fall off. We're in good shape. I really can't fucking believe this. I can't believe the car looks like this. Shit weather. Oh! Spin it. That one will spin it a little bit. Sketchiest thing I've ever seen.
Right now is, since the dyno's wigging out because of the weather and all that jazz, and it's wigging out with the horsepower numbers, we're just going to pay attention to the air fuel ratio and the spark and make sure there's no spark knock and there's the air fuel ratio is good, which right now it's like 12.9, 13.0, which is perfect, all the way up to 6 grand. We'll probably do another pull and see if we can get it up to like 68, make sure it's good top there. because then at least we know it's safe to run.
Yeah.
We just, unfortunately, because of the dyno wigging out, we're not going to have any horsepower numbers, maybe.
For one thing, the car sounds good. I can tell you that. Explain to us what's going on.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on, but air fuel's good. I mean, I do know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on. I mean, I do know what's going on. I don't know, something like that.
Okay.
I'm tired.
That's okay.
No, it's making numbers.
So the car's just making the same numbers as before, really?
Yeah, it's weird as fuck.
690 horsepower and like 780 pound-feet of torque.
Yeah. I mean, there was, now don't get me wrong, like it did make 802 actually.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, it made 802 and 711 horsepower.
Okay. We did cam heads, ported blower, and throttle body, and we picked up 10 horsepower. That ain't bad. That's a gain. That's a gain. That's something.
Well worth it.
And we picked up, you know, we picked up 10. We picked up 10. We picked up 10 horsepower and 30 pound-feet of torque. Well, I'll be damned. Well, there you go. I'm not sure why that would be. I'm not sure why that would be.
It could be a number of things, honestly. It could be the fact that we're dynoing in 30, 20 degree weather.
Yeah.
First off, would probably be the main culprit. You gotta understand is, you know, the last time we dynoed this car and it made about these same horsepower numbers, how hot was it?
It was like 50 degrees.
No, it was hotter than that. It was like 60 or 70.
Was it?
Yeah, it was hot. It was warm, dude. It wasn't cold.
It was in the fall, though.
Yeah, but it was a lot warmer than this. The thing is, like, the dyno's the only variable here. Because we know the air fuel is its own independent thing. My laptop's its own independent thing. And that's all reading the way what it's supposed to be reading.
I'm not worried about it.
I know, but the car's gonna go and it's gonna go fast, so.
Guess that's it. We picked up 10 horsepower.
2 months, man.
Yeah, 2 months.
10 horsepower for 2 months.
2 months. 2 months in a week and like
oh, we gotta add the weekend there,
$7,000. 684, 770. So there you go. Okay, well that was my day at the dyno, and forgive me, I am using my GoPro Hero 6, so if the audio quality is not like it is normally, I apologize. Myself, I'm more a fan of the GoPro 4's audio quality, even though the 6, I'm sure the video quality is great. The video on the 6 is way better than the 4, but my 4 is broken. It actually broke halfway through the day, so luckily I had my 6 with me to record, finish recording. But, you know, like I was saying, the audio might not be that great because I'm not a fan, but I do have it locked on stereo only. Hopefully that helps. Anyway, back to the dyno. You can tell I wasn't exactly happy with the results. You know, the car has been gone now for over 2 months, 2 months and a little over a week. And I know that you guys have been itching for some Z06 content. How many times have people commented and I've had to answer, you know, when is the car coming back? And I've said, well, it's coming back soon. You know, it's going to be back in a week or 2 weeks or whatever. And, you know, it was supposed to be a while ago. I mean, I'm sure you can go back and look at the uploads, but I said next week, like 3 weeks ago. And I've known about this Project Car Challenge for a while, for over a month. And I told Andy, one of the things I told him was like, well, you know, I want to get it done at least a week ahead of time before it has to be shipped out for the challenge. Because I know these things happen. How many times have I gone to the dyno and the car's acting funny or the dyno's acting funny? I mean, pretty much every time I've ever gone to the dyno for tuning, there's like an issue has come up. And that's just the name of the game. That's how it goes. But I knew that ahead of time, so I was like, okay, let's get it done with at least a week to spare so that when those issues come up, we have time to fix it before it gets shipped out. So the big question is, you know, is the car going to the call-out challenge? And unfortunately, the answer is no. You know, the car does run. Does the car run? Yes. But am I confident in the car right now? No. And forget about the power, the numbers, or anything like that. The car idles a little bit weird. Now the check engine light is also on, so One thing after another. When you go to press the gas, it kind of stutters for a second, and I think I drove it around the neighborhood just a little bit here today, and you know, the transmission, it needed a transmission tune way back at the call out. If you guys remember at the call out, my car would have a slow shift from 2 to 3. What I had to do is manually shift. I'd have to start and drive, then manually shift to 2, 3, then go back into auto for the 4th gear shift, and that's because the transmission was getting confused, I think, with the power level, so it would hold 2nd gear for like way too long. So I was dealing with that at the call out. It wasn't a big deal. I was able to fight through it with the manual mode. But the transmission in this car right now, because it isn't tuned, unfortunately Andy can't do that at the moment. It really needs that. So I'm not going to send a car 1,200 miles away from home that I'm not confident in and that I'm not happy with. I'm not gonna send it out and then have that be my only transportation that far from home. Then if it breaks, I have to figure out how to get a broken car home. That is just a nightmare that I'm not signing myself up for. It's been such a long wait, and I know that you guys are disappointed the car isn't ready yet. I thought it would be. Unfortunately, it's not, and even 2 mods that are still to be installed haven't been installed yet, so we're still waiting on 2 mods on the car. It just sucks that it couldn't get worked out in time, and like I said, you know, this is something that I've been planning for. I went through so much to make it happen. I got the wheels, I got the tires, I did everything else. I organized the shipping, I did everything else, but the one thing I couldn't control happened, and you know, I wish it was different. You know, I was hoping, like I said, to have it ready a week ahead of time, but there I was at 10 o'clock at night on the 16th with my truck and trailer trying to load the car in a snowstorm. And then the car had to be tuned literally 10 hours from that point in time. So about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and then it had to be shipped out. So had everything not been done last minute, I'm sure I could have made it work, but with the car in the state that it's in right now, it just doesn't make sense. Definitely a bummer, I know, but the good news is, that's the bad news. The good news is the car is definitely going to be ready for our first call out event coming up in April. More info on that coming soon, but that's gonna be a ton of fun, and the car will be 100%. As for why it made the same horsepower numbers as it did before, and I'm not really caught up in the numbers so much, I didn't really care. I just wanted it to be, I wanted it to perform well, which sadly it's not doing. You know, I didn't expect like 900 wheel or even 800 wheel. I was thinking like maybe 750 to 800 wheel and then around 850 torque. And that's what it should be making with the mods it has. I mean, it's a full bolt-on car, heads, cam, meth. That's where all the Z's with these similar mods are right about. And it has the fuel system to support the power, so it can go all the way up to 1,000+ horsepower if I wanted it to, so we're not limited by fuel. I have seen the comments from people saying, well, you know, it's an automatic, it's gonna sap more power than the manual, which is true, but even if you factor in, I mean, worst case scenario, 20% drivetrain loss, which modern automatics are a lot more efficient, and the loss between a manual and an auto is not as great as it was. So for like a manual car, you would expect like a 12% loss, automatic about 15, but let's even say 20. Even at 20%, the car is not making nearly as much power as it should. But even if you believe that, even if like your stance is that, you know, oh, well, it's an automatic, so it's gonna make less power, you have to look at this car in particular, and this exact vehicle made 680 horsepower and 750 pound-feet of torque way back like 4 months ago on just intake, exhaust, upper pulley, and meth. And that's the number that you would expect. That's about right, 680, 750. The same car that before made 680 and 750, now with all this extra stuff, so we're talking heads, cam, lower pulley, ported blower, throttle body, all that, and it makes 4 more horsepower and 30 more pound-feet. It's pretty clear that the car is not performing where it should be, and if it's not, that means there's something wrong, and that something has to be figured out before I go run it. Running in the half mile, so I'm not even gonna try that if my car isn't idling right at home. The Z is not only completely filthy and disgusting, but it is also causing me just a bit of stress here. You know, once again, I really do wish that it would have been done earlier. Some of the time, yeah, we were waiting on parts, but the car's been up there for a while, and it really sucks that you know, so many people were looking forward to it, as was I, and to get it back and have it be a letdown just really is a kick in the nuts. I've been trying to answer people's comments for 2 months about her, and we finally get it back, which is great. It's home finally, but you know, we still have some things to work on. Well, there goes my idea of having a cool cold start. Car still sounds good though. Anyway, there is the current state of the Z. She'll be done soon. Hope you enjoyed this upload. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Key tags available, first link down below. Take care, have a great day.